Every one of you has great light and great power and great wisdom from your lived experience to offer the world, and let nobody tell you otherwise. Kia ora, beautiful souls.
Hey guys, how's it going today?
We have been having a really deep discussion today, and a really deep heart experience between the two of us, and in sacred community with a beautiful development group this morning. And what's risen in us really powerfully in relationship and in ourselves, and particularly this morning within Tony, is the issue of shame again. Now, I know that we've spoken on this before, and a lot of you really resonated, because shame is a tool that is used to disempower us within the world and within society and within our circles of culture, down to our family and friends, and then even rotating within ourselves. And so it's really needed to be talked about in the open, because the response to shame too often is to curl in on ourselves.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Shame's a heavy subject. For me, I'm honest of what I've been through, of a lot of the experiences I've endured, and a lot of my shame comes from childhood, and it was being teased and bullied and made fun of for being who I am. So I learned from an early age that I had to put up with it. And then if you grow up with a lot of shame, it really damages your self-worth. Most of my life I believed that I was never good enough for anyone or for anything. And I always thought that I was pretty low and not very good person because of my shame. And and I've been on this journey for many years of healing myself. And it was years ago I went to counseling and talked about all the shit I went through. And it was years ago I realized that I was dealing with shame. And today it just made me look really deep at myself and a lot of the stuff I went through, and it actually really made me sad for the past versions of me, putting up with a lot of crap from other people. And today I am doing my best to let a lot of that shit go and realize that it was someone else's opinions and someone else's bad words they used to put on me, and I took a lot of it on board. But today I am doing my best to let it go, because it's horrible stuff, shame, and a lot of yous would understand. A lot of yous have probably been through a lot of shame stuff as well, and it damages you. But today is a brand new day, and today I choose to let that shit go and to do the best I can to see the truth of myself and my life.
And it's an honour to be able to reflect back to Tony his truth, his clear truth, as our friend Leela Black was talking about in group today, being a clear mirror for each other so that we can see ourselves without the projections that others have put on us. Harking back to last week's video, those layers that are put upon the light of our soul that do not belong to us. And it made me angry. This great, ferocious anger just rose in me for what's been done to Tony, to cover up and make him feel small, and make him feel like he doesn't belong in spaces where he has the most to offer. And every one of you has great light and great power and great wisdom from your lived experience to offer the world, and let nobody tell you otherwise. It was first brought home to me, the destruction of shame, back in 2017 when I first began art school, and one of our first projects was creating an art book in whatever form that we wanted. And I guess that the object of that exercise was to see what kind of artists we were, and the comment that was made to me by one of my tutors afterwards was that she's going to need therapy herself after 3 years working with me. And it's because I chose to interpret it as a Pandora's box of words and experiences that other people had put on me over time. And at first I thought it would be easy, but as I collected those memories and expressed them, some of them were ripped into the paper, and the pen marks were like gouges and scratches of claws, and the watercolor that I used was mixed with my tears, and I ended up having bad migraines and had to go home and finish it. But I covered the whole outside of the box with eggshells, and that's very pertinent, because often the effects of shame and the effects of these experiences and the words that don't even belong to us, that other people put on us, are to make us have to walk on eggshells in situations, or feel like we have to, so that we don't evoke the same pain in ourselves or in others. And that protection can often become more destruction.
Yeah, that's right. You know, just listening to Karen speaking just now, it just made me realize a lot of us men have put up with a lot of shame, and it has to change. That's why, if you look at it for the suicide figures, it's normally men between 20 and 50, I think it is, they commit suicide because of the shame they're dealing with, you know. And it's really quite sad, because men, we're taught when we grow up that to be strong, don't cry, and handle it, and all that kind of bullshit. And a lot of men never know how to sit with uncomfortable feelings and talk about their feelings and talk about the shit they've been through, to seek help and to talk to other guys that have been through it, to get help and guidance through it. A lot of us guys never get taught that. And even today, it's okay for women to talk about how they feel. A lot of times it's not okay for us guys, you know, but it is okay now. Talk about how you feel. Talk about the shit you've been through. It's the only way you can recover from it, you know. And we've all been through a lot of heavy shit. And a lot of times you have got through it, but you can still have the memories remain. So today it's about dealing with it the best we can, and we can deal with whatever we've been through, and we can create a brand new life. Like my life, my shame taught me that, you know, I was useless and no one would ever love me, and my life would be misery. But I changed all that, you know. You can change everything if you face all this darkness and demons and do your best to work through it. You know, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, you know. So lots of love to everyone out there that's dealing with shame. You know, it's one of those difficulties in life you have to deal with on a healing journey, but you can get through it one step after another.
You can get through it. And the beautiful thing about that artwork that I mentioned before is that all the outer pages, like folded concertinas, were stitched together erratically with thread, and all those outer pages were full of the pain and the judgment and the shame, and words that had been told to me over my life. Everything from "you're fat" to to "you're a terrible mother" to yeah, that I don't really want to bring some of them into this conversation because they're too triggering. But all of those things surrounded the outside, and as it evolved, the beautiful thing that arose was the inside, the inner pages around a sculptured love heart became "you are love, You are light. You have the power to change your life. I am a great mum. I have learned wonderful things. I am doing my best. I have the power to do anything. And it became those light lessons, those wisdom lessons that are growing the new me. And the same in the beautiful words of Clarissa Pinkola Estes, so may it be for me, so may it be for you, and so may it be for all of us. Arohanui, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.